Okay, so let's just talk about our last bit that we're going to do, which is mixed regrouping, which means you might have to do something in 2 columns. All right, so let's have a look at what we're doing here. So 515 take away 286, and we can do that, we know, because 515 is a bigger number. So we're okay with what we can do, but now we have to look at each column in turn. So let's have a look here. So we've got our 515, let's have 5 ones here. We've got 110, and we've got 500. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're always starting with the ones, and we're just going to do a column at a time and see where we get to. Okay, so let's start with the ones here. So 5 take away 6, more on the top or more on the floor. Remembering that poem again, more on the top, don't stop. More on the floor, pop next door to get some more. So let's have a look here, more on the top or more on the floor? Yes, more on the floor, isn't it? That 6 is bigger, so we can't take 6 away from that. So we're going to make that 5 bigger. So we're going to take away our 10 from here, and we're going to put it over here. Now it might look, you might be panicking, there's no 10s there. We just need to leave that one for a minute and just think about this column. So we're going to take away 15, take away 6, which we can do now, is going to leave us with 9. Okay, so we've done the ones column, we're happy with that. So we're going to move on to the 10s here. So we've got no 10s, take away 8 10s. Well, that's not going to work, is it? More on the top, more on the floor? It's more on the floor. That 8 10s, we're not going to be able to take that away from no 10s. So we're going to take one of the hundreds, okay, leaving us with 4 hundreds here, and we're going to put that in the 10s column. So it is 10 10s. Okay, so you can see that I've crossed that out and put a 0 there, but now I've had to add to it. All right, so it's 10 10s, take away 8 10s, which is going to leave us with 2 10s. And we've got 4 hundreds, take away 2 hundreds, is going to leave us with 200. Okay, so it looks really complicated, but we just deal with it at a column at a time. Okay, let's try another one. Let's try another one. So, we've got 647, and we're going to take away 389. So let's put those bits in. So there's the 7 there. Here's our 4 10s. And let's count out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hundreds. All right. So again, we're going to do a column at a time. We're not going to worry about what's happening anywhere else, just in the column that we're doing. So starting with our ones again, more on the top or more on the floor? That's right, there's more on the floor here. We can't take 9 away from that. So we're going to make that 7 bigger. We're going to pop next door and get some more. So we're going to take one of those 10s. So that's not, there he goes, he's over there now. So he can't be here and there. Okay, so he's got to be in one place or the other. So that's 3 10s there and 1 10 here. Okay, so can we do 17 take away 9? Yes, we can. We've got more on the top now. Okay, so that's going to leave us with 8 ones. Now I'm going to look at my 10s column. So have I got more on the top or more on the floor? Well, I've got more on the floor again, so I can't do that now. So I'm now going to have to pop next door. So this time it was the 10s that were next door, but this time it's the hundreds that are next door. So I'm going to take away one of those hundreds, leaving me with 5 hundreds, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to put that with my 10s. So that's 10 10s, and that's 3 10s. So I've got 13 10s, or 130. 13 10s take away 8 10s, or 130 take away 8. Okay, that's going to give me 5 10s, or 50. And then I've got 5 hundreds, take away 300, which is going to leave me with 200. Okay, so just keep working through your columns and thinking about that more on the top or more on the floor. Right, okay, let's do another one. Pop these bits away. Excellent, right, you're doing so well. There's a lot to concentrate with subtraction, but you're doing really, really well. So we've got 532, take away 397. So let's pop my bits in there, shall we? Pop my ones in there, 2 ones, 3 10s, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hundreds. Okay, so again, starting with the ones, always starting with the ones. Let's just have a look at that column. 2 take away 7, more on the top or more on the floor? That's right, there's more on the floor, so we need to pop next door and get some more. So we're going to get some more from the tens. Okay, and we're going to put that in our ones here. Okay, I'm going to make sure we put that down. So we've got 1 10 and 2 ones, 12, take away 7, which we now can do because we've got more on the top. So that's going to total 5 there. 12 take away 7 is 5. So I'm going to have a look here into my tens column now. 2 tens take away 9 tens. Well, that's not going to work, is it? I can't take 9 tens away from that. So I'm going to pop next door because I've got more on the floor. Pop next door and get some more. So I'm going to get 10 tens and put them with my 2 tens here. All right, so I end up with 12 tens. There we are, 10 tens, 11 tens, 12 tens. 12 tens take away 9 tens. Okay, that's going to leave me with 3 tens. And then I've got 4 hundreds, take away 3 hundreds, which is going to leave me with 100. Okay, so just remember that that is 10 tens. So then you end up with 12 tens. So just remember that, whether it's hundreds or tens. All right, now I've got a bit of a tricky one here for you on my next one. Let's see if we can work through this together. Now then, this is 905 take away 478. So I know that I can do that because that's a bigger number. But I'm wondering if you're spotting a problem. While I put these up, just have a think about what you think you might have a bit of a problem with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. Okay, well, let's see as we go through, and I think it might become a little bit clearer. So we're going to start with those ones again. All right, looking at that ones column. 5 take away 8, more on the top or more on the floor? That's right, it's more on the floor here. So this number needs to be made bigger. So we're going to pop next door. Oh, well, we can't pop next door here, can we? Because there's nothing there. So what we have to do here is we have to pop 2 doors down to our neighbours. And we have to make this number bigger before we can make this number bigger. Okay, so it sounds really complicated, but just got to work in a structure. So I've come here, I can't do anything. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to take one of my hundreds. And that makes that 800. And I'm going to put that there. That means I've got 10 tens, haven't I? All right, and I'm going to do that by putting these here instead. Okay, so I've got 10 tens there instead, all right? So I've put it over the top. So I've still got one of those. I've got 800s there and I've got 10 tens there. So I'm going to go back here now and think, right, can I do this now? So I've got 5 ones here and I need to make it bigger. And we need to take a 10. Well, do you know what? I've got 10 tens there now, so I can. So I'm going to cross it out. Okay, it's where we cross it the other way. And that gives me 9 tens. And I can put that one over there. So this is when our partitioning really comes into its own, because instead of it being 905, it's actually 800, 90 and 15, which means we would be able to partition things in a more exciting way. So now I've got 15 take away 8, okay, which I can do now, so I've got more on the top, so don't stop, okay, and that's 7. When I come here now, I've already done all the hard work. So I can do that now. I can do 9 tens take away 7 tens because it's 2 tens. And I can do 800s take away 400s because that's 400s. So this, even though we had to move to the hundreds to make the tens bigger, before we could do this, we were still doing the same thing. We were just making sure that we cross things out, okay, and put things in. I know that sounds a little bit complicated, but give it a go and see how you get on. Well done.